Backyard builds time. I have a rusty ute in the shed again. I'm going to MUDRUN in a couple of weeks, and that is less than suitable for trailer transport. So let's fix it. So you would probably all remember my Swiss Motors EH ute down here. Now you also probably remember that this side sits on a bit of an angle. So what we need to do is try and prop that up a lot better than what it is, because I don't really want to drive down the highway 7 hours and have it snap in half before I get to the event. So I've got a bit of an idea in mind. Some of you will like it, some of you won't. Some of you I don't care. But what I want to do is, we remember that I fixed the rails last time. I say fixed in inverted commas. Fixed the rails. So what I'm thinking is underneath running bits of 50mm tube from front to back, back to front, and hopefully try and wedge it under that spring and get it to prop up a little, and then I'm going to actually weld it to the rest of the floor and hope that that is enough to hold it together for a little while longer until I actually fix it properly. I do have a plan to fix it properly. For those who don't believe me, jam it up here. But I need to do this because, yeah, 7 hours on the trailer, it probably will end up in 2 pieces. So I've got a heap of 50mm tube. We're gonna go front to back. Probably do the driver's side first, see how it feels. Maybe do the passenger side as well. We'll just see how it feels. I've got a couple other things I need to do for MUDRUN. I need a seat belt because safety. I need to put a fire extinguisher in, which I've got a new one sitting in the box. And apparently the seat needs to be bolted in better than just the couple of bolts that it is and where it's loose. So going to throw a couple of extra bolts in there. And if I still have time, I'm going to rob a set of plugs out of an old motor I've got that should be okay. Might just wheel rebuild them because this has never had plugs on it. And I've got a second set of leads there, I think. They might be complete, I don't know, can't remember. And I'm going to throw those on there too, give it a tune up. Hopefully that'll help us. Probably not. So I've got the wheels straight. Front wheels, that is. Now I've got my big boy trolley jack. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it under this driver's side sill somewhere with a block of timber. And I'm going to lift the side of the car up till the ute looks like it sits level. And then I'm going to get a bit of 50mm tube, jam my way under there and see if I can make what I want to happen. Yeah, structural. Kind of level. Need to get the grinder. Start choppy. Oh, that wire's still attached. I don't know what it's for. It's still attached. Put that out of the way. And that out of the way. We're going to cut it there. We're going to cut it. Right there, right on the corner. Hello. Rouse. Real good. Let's see if this goes crashing down in a second. Pump it up, pump it up. Get that off. Lay the tube in there. Nothing solid enough to really put your feet on. But what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the end of that rail off there, and then I've got something for the new tube to sit in, which hopefully is enough. Wish those cables weren't snapped. So I've got the recipromatic, and I'm going to try and chop that off somehow. Flattery, doing so well. Can anyone see what's going on? Because I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. It's that off. Alright, on the part, I don't know, the next part. Here is our bit of 50mm tube. We're going to put it, I'm assuming that's on the spring. We're going to put it so it like ups there. And what I'm looking at is, I think if we unbolt that handbrake cable, because it's not doing a huge amount, we might be able to butt straight into that, which would be sweet. And then it hopefully touches this, which would be sweet. And that holds it all up and holds it in all hunky-dories. So I'm going to get, what size is that? That looks like a 9/16. Probably going to undo that, watch it all go to shit. And then I might, I don't know if I'm going to measure the tube or cut the tube. Just do the thing and then put it up in the thing and with the glue gun. That didn't break, that's just undone. Oh, yeah, that floor had been dented so hard. Oh, okay, there's a thing that holds it up in there. Oh, so we can put that back on later. Cool. Let's leave that together. And that there. That out of the way. This is going to work, I think, very nicely. I'm going to get my trolley jack to put under here to prop that up to hold the things. And yeah. Okay, just tie it back. We say it's there. What does that look like? So it's there. Looks like it clears that. Might put some marks there. Get my fat head out of the way. We'll jam that up. That's gonna be pretty close to touching, I reckon, there. Right here. It'll hopefully it'll touch along that floor all the way there. And get it glued to that. And if I've got to make a little spacer thing, that'd be sweet. Then I'll put a clamp back there. And then we're in business, folks. So I got it in the rail, a clamp on it. Sits under there nice. Doesn't sit as close to that as I would have liked, but where are you? Here, see there's a bit of a gap. So what I'm thinking is, that's about, with the 400mm, 600mm ruler, about 30mm. So I'm going to section 30mm off the front of this bit of tube, hopefully, where it can sit up past the floor a little bit more, and hopefully it'll get a bit closer to that, and it'll just prop that up a wee bit. No, this way, camera. That'll prop that up a wee bit more. Might be able to get a zam, some juice on here, bit of a weld. It'll push this floor pan up, but whatever, Trevor. Let's roughly mark here somewhere, and then we'll mark 30mm on the bench. So to get it back here, it's just as simple as under here, that. Go up. Bam! Like that. Shove yourself back over here. You let that one go. Like that. And the tube comes out like that. Pretty easy. So we want 30 off the top. There they are. Oh, might use you later. Let's set that at 28. Protects us a bit fat. Let's go like that. That looks pretty close to 45, everybody. We'll go like that. Mark across there. Yep, that's pretty close. This is wearing out. Go back again. Lovely. This way. Mark it like that. And then just delete all that. It's a bit chilly this morning, but I've got my chassis rail in position. It's not welded yet. It's cold on the ground. Whew. There we go. So I actually just took just a bit more notch out of the length, just so it hit that very front rail like I'd like. And then at the back here, see I've got that second bit of tube. I'm going to weld that all together and sandwich the old spring plate together. So it's going to be one big thing. And then I'll weld it like along this edge and weld it here, and then I'll get underneath and I'll weld the other side and be all hunky-dory. And then we'll make up this little riser plate, and we should be golden because it touches the floor pretty hard here, and that's where the rear firewall is. So we might even try and put a little bit of glue there too. It's freezing. Alright, then you get the glue gun out and just start tacking and zapping and doing stuff. Now, a moment of truth. If we put this down, it's going to stay level. Down on the hook. Yeah. Looks more level in the back. Whee! Kind of looks more level from the front too. I think. Oh no. I think that might have worked. I think my chassis rails are a goer. I'm going to jack up from that and hopefully weld the other side now. I'm going to get car and a mad 45. Weld that, and then I was thinking about this last night. Might be able to get that piece of tube that I dammed up in there. Might be able to get it back, cut it short a bit, get it back up inside there and land on top of that. I don't know, glue it to the rail again. Or might be able to get it up. Yes. Might be able to go sideys and do a thing. Let's see if we can lift it up. But I think that has worked. I might take that rear shock out too because I know it's broken. My chassis rail, 100% fixed it. It's so much better. Now, I need to get back on the cold ground, and if I can get this under here, ta-da! I was wondering what to put between this. Now, first thought was just get like a bit of flat bar and zap it up there, but then I remembered there's a seat bolt hole, but I'm also not going to use that because on the inside you can't get to it. I thought, well, I'll go through my stuff, see what I've got, and you look at the roof for a second, because it's a big review. It's a bit of angle line. I'm just going to cut myself a little piece like that and just zap it up to the floor, because that's nice and strong and angular. So let's just cut, I don't know, about that much. Should we measure it? No. Are we just going to wing it? Yes. Now if we get back down here, it's about, look at the right spot, not the ground, camera. It's about, oh, it's just under a texter's length, you know, see that? It's just under, so probably just the silver body of the texter. Yeah, let's get back up here. You know, it's about that long. It's perfect. Bit of angle. I'm just going to zap that on. We're going to call this good enough. Oh yeah, I've got to put a little booger weld over here somewhere too to rust. See what we get. But this will shore it up even more, and it'll be as strong as it was before. Ta-da! So what I've done, camera, show what we're doing. Put a big slice cut on this bit of tube. I'm going to tack it at the front, and then I'm going to pull it up, like clamp it up there, and then I'll weld it back to the rail, and then it should be super sweet, super strong chassis. Oh, chassis rails, so good, so strong. Job done. Think I might I'm going to put like a bottom rail on this side as well, because this side isn't far off just exploding. And so yeah, let's get that side caught up. Other side is now caught up. So now we have chassis rails, sliders, whatever you want to call them. So let's put this back in the ground like that. Can't even fall apart, so that's a win. Let's we need to actually swap those wheels around. Part of the rules say I can't have the shit diggers on the back, so I got to put them on the front. Put these bad boys on the back. Yes, they are old and cracked. That is okay. So among other things I want to fix on this, and I say fix, it's not really important, but it gives me a seating area. I want to put a cable on this tailgate. It doesn't have a tail, it has a tailgate, it doesn't have the cable, which makes sitting on it a pain. Now I'm doing this side because this looks more structurally sound than the other side at the moment. Whoa. Okie dokie. Maybe I will be doing the other side. Whoops. Let's try that again. This side. That feels more like it should. I'm going to do it by hand now. There's a break. Moment. Catch on. Okay. And mint. Good glue that back on. Don't want to lose those. Alright, it's another job off the list. Let's get that seat better. Now when I say this seat isn't bolted in, it's bolted in at the front, not at the back. Now, normally it wouldn't bother me, but since they've asked for the seat to be bolted in, I'm going to do it properly. So I'm going to pull seat out. It's just the 2 front bolts at the moment. Eventually, geez, how long are these bastards? Oh, that's fine thread. I was hoping that would be coarse. Might get a bit tricky here in a minute. So I just moved the seat forward. Oh, I want that over there. So there's 2 holes back here. I was hoping I'd get one of them cleaned out. Which apparently might be a fat chance. Cool. Bear with me. Alright, so what I worked out, seat out of the way, they're 5/16 NF24, I think is what it was, which is the tap I've got here. I'm going to put the tap in by hand from up underneath, hopefully clear it out, and then the bolts just go straight in. Simple as that. Simple as that. Everything looks cleaner. See the end of the tap moving. It feels a lot nicer now it's coming out. In the top. Ah, like gravy. Alright, let me do that on the other side. And then what we will do first is we'll actually get the seatbelt in. So I need a seatbelt for MUDRUN. So I need to get this old seatbelt out, and surprisingly can't see diddly in here. That's too good. Let's try this one. Also too good. Let's try one there. That's what it calls. That's the one. Break it loose. Oh, that was a lot easier. Okay, I'm a bit rattled out. What's going on here? There's a nut on the back of it. What? What's going on there? Oh. Right. I don't think there's supposed to be a hole. I think they're supposed to be threaded in. But it's not a Holden seatbelt, so whatever, Trevor. Let's get the Holden one. Alright, finally worked it out. I'm going to need to do it this way. I had to pull it out, bolt through there. Nice and tight. Yep, over up, over there. Plucky end. And exactly the same over here. Hunky dory. Stick that up there. And then where's the gap? Where is it? Ugh, this is so gross. Yep, I have to do that in reverse. Goes back there. Goes back in there. Now we can put the seat back in place. So now seat belt, seat. What else is on my list? We needed to do seat belt, check. Strengthen that rail, check. Seat bolt down, check. We need to install a fire extinguisher somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to do that or how. You might just go to the floor. Might go right in front of my seat actually. Fire extinguisher is next. So I've got a little 1 kilo extinguisher which still has charge in it, which is good. I don't know how old it is, but it's got charge. So I just pulled it out of the box. I'm going to mount that bracket right about right there, I reckon. That's what I'm thinking. Might just go to this side just a wee bit. Yep. Let's get that off. Good. That looks good. Make sure it clears my big ugly feet. Not even an issue. I can grab it quickly if needed. Alright, I think your seatbelt, seat, I'm on to the next job. Next. Couple of things I need to do in there too. So, one being I need to secure the battery, two being probably try and get a bit more fluid in the brakes and the clutch. Might even give it the old tune up. And when I say tune up, I mean do as little as possible, hope it runs better. Sounds good to you? Good, sounds good to me. Let's secure the battery first. Let's do the simple stuff. Alright, that one, the battery secured. So I know that there is a hole on one side for a hook. I had a couple of spare like old battery tie-down hooks, and from memory these actually ran and a diagonal clamp like across the corner, which is probably okay, but it's not going to work because I don't have the strap across the top. So I'm just going to drill a hole on the other side of the bay, put the other hook in. Then I need some sort of strap to go across the top of the battery. So we might have to get a bit of flat bar and make something up. Aha. All right. $170 centers. One flat bar. Set 170 centers. So let's come in 15 plus 170 5. 185. Double check that. 170. This is 40. 20. 20. Great battery that I'm going to take, because the other one is just an old spare battery that I have floating around, and it is virtually flat all the time. I suppose I need to take that wing nut off, don't I? This battery's wider. I didn't check the other battery. Alright, I'll put another set of holes in this. Whoops. Much better. Wider set of holes in it now. Oh. Oh. Finally got that one through the hole. Spin it down. Make sure it's still in that end. Yep. That one's still a bit of tension. Nip them up. Well, if that's not secured, I don't know what is. Put a bit more on it. Sweet. That fits. I think I've got some terminals. Let's change these old bloody battery terminals, because they're looking a bit worse for wear. Couple of new terminals. That one's got enough crush on it, that'll do up. That's good. Let's see what we got in here. And behind door number 1. Ooh. It's pretty cool. I reckon we might cut that off and start fresh. I think. Well, I knew things had to be going a bit too easy after we got the battery sorted, new terminals on her. Just fired it up, and even though it looks dry here now, the carby has sprung a leak. There it is, look at that. Big old droplet. I don't know where it's coming from, but I guess I'm ordering a carburetor gasket kit, because that leaking is not going to help. But I'll get on eBay and I'll order that. And what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to swap these ignition leads in that cap for a spare one I've got in the backyard, and I think it's the same. 50-50. So yeah, that gasket, what a pain in my butt. Don't even have a spare. Don't have a spare anything. But I need these plugs, and I've grabbed the wrong socket. Good start. And that is the right socket. Sweet. So, oh Christ. There it goes. I'm hoping these plugs have been sitting in this motor forever. No, actually this motor ran a little while ago. I think we can give them a rebuild. They look alright. What I might do is I might just take these plugs I might go grab the plugs out of that motor and put them in here. That'll be fine. Right. Just going to rebuild these plugs, freshen them up. We're obviously just going to do one at a time. I'm not going to get too advanced with this rebuild. These are different plugs. What the heck? These are E-wires, they're different. Oh, I guess we'll just rebuild these plugs. Now we've rebuilt the plugs, let's check it still runs. So that runs all right. No choke on either. Oh, yep, alright, off. So something else I want to either change or add is a new distributor cap. This is an old spare that I had. And I think it fits in there. Maybe it goes on one way. Better that way. Alright, that's good. Now this cap, rotor button's not crashed. Let's leave that rotor button. Let's run this cap. Sits best there. Pick. there pretty good. Now we come off like that. Ow! And the coil, which seems to be excessively long. Holy smokes. Alright. That on. Let's fire it up again. One's good. Seems to have fixed the carby leak. I'm going to swap the cap over, the rotor button, sorry, and see if it runs any better or worse. Can't really complain. Shut her down. So, carby seems to have fixed itself, so I'm going to chalk that up as a win. I'm going to check all the screw heads. I don't know how it fixed it, but it's fixed. I didn't do anything, so just going to chalk that one down as a win. Yep, they're all tight. And then it wouldn't run crash hot, so I just grabbed this old chrome lid and put it on the standard base, you know, for horsepowers. It seems to run a little bit better. It's also got, you know, new caps, a couple of new leads on it. Let's do a couple of test launches, make sure it's going to get, you know, off the line. I'd call that ready for mud run. I'll keep an eye on the carby, on the oil drip. Those old tyres are gonna just not hook up at all. They're as slick as the day is. I can hear a drip from something. I don't know what it is, but I don't care. Chassis didn't fall apart when it does launch, which was even better. Seatbelt was contained, so provided I can get it through first and second gear with the sloppiest linkages possible, I'd say I'm good to go. I might drop the water out of it, just put some fresh water in it because it's got dirt in there currently. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time at Mud Run or on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Backyard Builds. See you later.